Hi, good morning everyone. It's Bill. Welcome to the workshop. We're going to hang out here today and we are going to build a bench. When selecting a piece of wood for a bench, what you want to consider is the dimensions when the bench is done. You don't want it to be too wide and short. It'll look a little square. You don't want it too long and narrow. It'll look a little flimsy. The thickness of material goes a long way, and also the contour of the material. So this is pine, and pine likes to bow. And it didn't bow a lot, but it bowed a little. There's a little bit of a crown. And I'm going to leave this crown, and the reason I'm going to leave the crown is when you sit down, your sitting bones are going to be back here, and then your thighs are just going to kind of rest along that roll. Kind of like when you sit on a log. The log is small, it's uncomfortable, but if the log is big and it has a nice slow radius to it, it's very, very comfortable to sit on. And you'll find that the more comfortable your bench is, the longer your company stays. I'm going to want the overall height to be around 19 inches. That's what I like to make a bench. So that means that if this is 3.5, and then I like to put these little wooden feet in. So we'll call it 6. So that means our legs are going to be 13 inches. Now let's make them 14. If they get short, they get a little stubby. Let's make them 14 inches. Cool. So the legs itself are going to be about 14 inches. So the first thing I'm going to ask myself is, what thickness of material am I going to use? This is 1.25 inches. This is 1.5 inches. This is 1 inch by 1.5. And so for this project, I really thought that 1.5 inch steel is going to look the best visually. 2 inches would be cool, but it would take up too much space. It's actually wide, so it would visually just eat up too much space. So I think weight-wise, it's like a 2-to-1 proportion. Boom. Right. We're gonna come in a little ways on each side to start where the legs are gonna begin. I'd say like 8 inches on this side, 8 inches on that side. And I think visually right about like that. That's how we're gonna look. So the leg will come in about 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches here. Make a little strap. 2.5 over here. Just go right off the back of the tape. So this is essentially where the legs will go. I'm going to have the legs lean out in both directions. So we're going to figure out how to do that next. I like to sign W's on my pieces. I usually sign the piece to signify that I've begun. And it also helps mark the piece of wood which direction it's going to be in.